Mr. Putter and Tabby Write the Book by Cynthia Rylant. Chapter 1, An Idea. In the winter, a big snow always came to Mr. Putter's house. Mr. Putter and his fine cat Tabby liked big snows, but they couldn't go out in them. They were too old. Mr. Putter might slip and break something. Tabby might catch a bad cold. They didn't mind staying in, though, because Mr. Putter's house was so cozy. It had nice soft chairs. It had velvet pillows. It had a fireplace. Staying in was all right when everything was so soft and velvety and warm. One day, when Mr. Putter and Tabby were inside for a big snow, Mr. Putter got an idea. His idea was to write a book. He had everything a writer needed: a soft chair, a warm fire, and a good cat. And he had a pen and plenty of paper. "I have always wanted to write a mystery novel," Mr. Putter said to Tabby. So he brought out lots of paper, lit the fire, plumped his chair, and got ready to begin. First, he had to think of a title. He thought and thought and thought. Finally, he told Tabby, "I shall call my book The Mystery of Lighthouse Cove." It was a very good title. It was full of mystery. As a boy, he had read lots of books with titles like that. Mr. Putter was so pleased, he decided to fix a snack. He went into the kitchen and fixed a big apple salad, a pan of corn muffins, some custard pudding, and a cheese ball. Mr. Putter went 3 minutes on his title and 4 hours on his snack. Then he took a nap. Mystery writing was not easy work. Chapter 2, Chapter 1. On the second day that he was a mystery writer, Mr. Putter had a nice long breakfast with Tabby of oatmeal and tea. Then he settled down to write again. But first, he had to stoke the fire. Then he had to clean Tabby's ears. Then he had to find a sweater. Then he had to move his chair closer to the window. Then he had to move it back. Then he settled down again. He was ready to write. Mr. Putter looked at the walls and he thought. He thought and thought and thought. Finally, he wrote, Chapter 1. He began to think some more. As he was thinking, he looked out the window. A rabbit was in the yard. "Such a nice rabbit," Mr. Putter said to Tabby. The rabbit made him think of Easter, and Easter made him think of boiled eggs. He decided to fix a snack. He went into the kitchen and fixed 20 boiled eggs and a vegetable stew. Mr. Putter spent 1 minute on Chapter 1 and 3 hours on eggs and stew. Then he took a bath. Then he took a nap. Mystery writing wore him out. Chapter 3, Good Things. The third day that he was a mystery writer, Mr. Putter woke up ready to write again. He liked being a writer, ready to write. First, he and Tabby had cinnamon toast and tea. Then Mr. Putter petted Tabby and began to think. He looked out of his window, thinking. He looked at his fire, thinking. He looked at Tabby, thinking. Mr. Putter thought how blue the sky was. He thought how warm the fire felt. He thought how nice it was to be with Tabby. He thought about so many good things that he began to write them down. Good things. Yellow cats, old sweaters, cinnamon toast, long baths, good dogs, rain. He wrote and wrote and wrote. Mr. Putter wrote all day long. When he finally stopped writing, the big snow had melted. Mr. Putter went next door with Tabby to visit Mrs. Teaberry and her good dog, Zeke. They had some French fried butternut squash for supper. Then Mr. Putter read Good Things. When he finished, Mrs. Teaberry said it was enchanting. She said Mr. Putter was a wonderful writer. She said she could listen forever. I wanted to write The Mystery of Lighthouse Cove, Mr. Putter said sadly, but I wrote Good Things instead, and I ate too much and took too many naps. Mrs. Teaberry told him not to worry. She said the world is full of mystery writers, but writers of good things are few and far between. Mr. Putter did not feel so sad then. He did not feel sad at all. In fact, he was thrilled. Every writer loves a good review. To celebrate good reviews and good neighbors, Mr. Putter took Mrs. Teaberry and Tabby and Zeke out for vanilla malts. And Mr. Putter had so much fun and thought of so many good things that he could not wait for the next big snow. So he could be a writer again.